Millions of England fans are making plans for the team's biggest game in 12 years ahead of a Super Saturday that will see parts of the country grind to a halt. Supporters will make the most of the sunshine and watch the game against Sweden at 3 p.m. on big screens outside with 84 29C highs expected in London. But the capital is expected to swell as tens of thousands of people enjoy the Pride Parade, which takes place at the same time as the World Cup quarter-final. Hundreds of Scotland Yard officers will patrol the route, and the capital's transport network will be packed as people also attend the British Summertime Festival. Others will be desperately trying to cancel their weekend plans with some due to be at a wedding at the same time as the game and try to sneakily watch it on phones. Where can I see England v Sweden on an outdoor screen in London? Camden Market, NW18AF. The Enchanted Garden, EC1B9LA. The Water Poet, E16BX. Skylight, E1W2SF. Box Park Shoreditch, E16GY. Pitch Stratford, E153PA. Flatiron Square, SC11TD. Box Park Croydon, CR01LD. Pop Brixton, SW98PQ. Ealing Park Tavern, W54RL. The Waterway, W92JU. The Grafton Arms, W1T5DU. The Budboat, SC18XZ. Street Food Garden, SW81SP. Neverland, SW62TY. Merchant Square, W21BF. Thousands of people will gather at locations across London including Camden Market, Box Park Shoreditch, Pop Brixton and Flatiron Square and London Bridge. Share this article. Share 140 shares. Other locations showing the big match outdoors in the capital include Pitch Stratford, Vauxhall Street Food Garden and Merchant Square in Paddington. Can I watch England's match at Wimbledon? Tennis and football will not be mixing at Wimbledon on Saturday. Organisers at the All England Club are sticking to plans not to screen World Cup matches this year. No provision will even be made in the hospitality areas for any of Saturday's special guests to take in the football. The England match kicks off at 3 p.m, while centre court play begins at 1 p.m. But the match will also be taking place at the same time as the Pride in London parade from Portland Place to Whitehall between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Scotland Yard is planning a big security presence for Pride involving hundreds of officers and visible tactics such as temporary barriers to protect the route from vehicles. A force spokesman said, "Given the general threat level, we are planning the policing response in an appropriate way." As with general policing in London, armed and unarmed patrols in crowded places are part of our protective security response. Also taking place in the capital is the Cure playing at British Summertime in Hyde Park, and, a little further away from the centre, the Wimbledon Championships. But Londoners will face travel problems with closures on the Metropolitan and Jubilee lines as well as sections of the Overground and Docklands Light Railway. Will I be able to watch the England match at British Summertime? Music fans are excited for the Cure's gig at Hyde Park on Saturday as part of the British Summertime Festival. And England football supporters will be hoping that the match will be shown at the park. BST promoters were meeting this afternoon to decide whether to show it and will reveal their decision online. The music event, which will also see support by Interpol, Goldfrapp, and editors, is due to run during the game from 1 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. The Hard Rock Cafe in Mayfair, located across the road from Hyde Park, said fans can watch the match with all BST ticket holders able to reserve an area. A Transport for London spokesman told Mail in Line today, "We're focused on ensuring that not everyone can enjoy the events across the city this weekend. Our night tube, night overground and night bus services make it easy for people to get home when celebrations and events draw to a close." Fans in other cities can also watch it outside, including in Birmingham where it will be shown at the Archway Digbeth New in Harborne and the Distillery. In Newcastle there is an outdoor screen at Times Square, and in Brighton, fans can watch on the beach on Britain's biggest high-definition screen. However, thousands of fans have found they are already busy when England take on Sweden in the Three Lions' biggest match in 12 years this weekend. For Saturdays in July are a popular wedding date, and guests will be trying to sneak a look at the match during ceremonies up and down the country. Fans have been taking to Twitter as they consider what to do after realizing the clash, while others getting married themselves told of their concern. "Can I watch Saturday's England game at Pride in London, celebrating the LGBTQ community, takes place in the capital at the same time as England's World Cup match on Saturday." Tens of thousands of people will gather to watch the parade run from Portland Place to Whitehall from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Attendees have pleaded with organizers to set up screens along the route so they can watch the football. But at the moment it looks like your best bet might be to watch the first few hours of Pride before heading into a pub along the route to see the match. Mail in Line has contacted Pride to ascertain if there are plans for screens. Among the worried brides was Jodie Holston of Lincolnshire, who said, "Okay, England, you're starting to worry me now. If you're kicking a ball around a bit of grass upstages me on my wedding day, I may have to have the first Divas drop of my life." Danny Jordan of Ipswich said a brother had posted a Facebook status asking his fiancée if they could move their wedding to Sunday so he doesn't miss the match. Ashley Murray said, "When the England game will be playing during your wedding? Woo, nothing like paying all that money to have missing guests." And Zoe Olivia of Watford added, "Just realized I'm at a wedding on Saturday and England are playing. I'm so torn. I hope there's a TV lurking about." Theresa May has praised England's victory against Colombia, congratulating Gareth Southgate and his team on a great performance in the World Cup match. The Prime Minister said the very rare and welcome event last night led to an explosion of relief and most of all joy which could be felt up and down the country. Mrs. May said the country witnessed a very rare and welcome event last night, the England football team winning a penalty shootout. "I think the explosion of relief and most of all joy could be felt up and down the country, not just in the smoking room in the House of Commons. I want to congratulate Gareth Southgate and his team on a great performance. Last week, I promised to fly the flag of St. George above number 10 for all of England's remaining matches in the World Cup, and I know the whole house will want to join me in wishing the England team the best of luck in Saturday's quarter-final. Let's keep that flag flying."